Morning peeps, just getting disturbed by my son, my eldest. I've just come on because Finn's having a nap. Oh, I can't show you. I was about to go, I'll show you on my tablet these pictures of clothing that I've seen, but it's on my Instagram, my sole creative one of witchy winter sort of themed stuff, because I do love winter clothing. I do like summer clothing, a bit summery today, but I do love my winter clothing. And the Kilted Goth will be glad to know I need to get a bit more darker colours in, a little bit of black, a little bit of, I'm really after, like, I'd love a long dark coat, but I'd love a long, then again, for a bit of colour, but in the dark tones, I wouldn't mind like a burgundy wine, cranberry, that sort of colour, you know, like berry colours. I think they're quite nice. I'm going to try and wear some longer skirts, maxi skirts and things this winter, because saying that I've got a dress on today, but I've got leggings under this as well. But I want to wear some more like winter skirts, because you can team them up with tights, even if they're like summer ones, and put them on with like little ankle boots, which is on one of the pictures. It just looks like cute, I think. And I would really love like burgundy pair of sort of ankle boots as well. I love ankle boots. That's why I love winter, because I love boots, but I like my ankle boots. But I was just going to show you the artwork I've been doing. I'm trying to get back into it. Not saying I'm brilliant at it, but I think the more you practice, the more you get better. And I was watching someone the other day who did a year of drawing every day. They couldn't draw. They're an illustrator now, because they just learnt things, because they did a picture every day, and he just got up a little bit early just to draw a little picture of doodle, then it turned into something else. And people always say, I haven't got time. We have got time. I did it while I was watching telly. You don't have to watch telly all the time. I mean, people are creative. You get creative from not just sitting there watching TV and things all the time. But I was sort of had TV on the background when I was doing it. But I think it's also a good way of, like, when I say journaling, writing, and some people are like, oh, I don't know what to write. You can journal through, this is what I want to start doing, art journals, where maybe you can't get it out in words, but you can draw a picture of how you're feeling, and that, and you can get it out on paper. No one else has to see it, so it doesn't matter if you think, oh, the drawings are really rubbish. You probably, most likely will get better over time, but you can still brain dump a picture on a page of how you're feeling, whether that's good or bad. And I like sort of fantasy things, so I want to start drawing, like, you know, I like the whimsical girls that I've been drawing and witches and things. But I'll show you. Did I start off doing the other day? You know, in this book, I don't know what this is going to turn out like now. And I said like vision board, but I think it's going to be vision board / art journal. But then again, I want to get better at that side so it can go in this book. But I was pulling out a load of pages out of the Mindful magazine from Morrison's. I've not read the other one yet. I've still not got through the first one, and I think I missed, I don't know if I've got two, I missed one. I want to cut out these pictures to put on my vision board, because obviously that's a 4-leaf clover. I like this. This is what I say, you can look for pictures. Give thanks on Gratitude Day. To be giving more gratitude. I just love these little pictures. I just find them pretty, but it says create. I want to collect them because they have little pictures like that in the magazine all the time. Affirmations for abundance. This was mainly not that picture. It had like little, oh, it might have been that. It might have been that I just wanted to cut out. These are all to cut out and stick in, which I'll probably try and do this. I might do this tomorrow night, something to do. Why TV's on in the background on YouTube? Why? Because Finn's nan's come back tomorrow, and she rang me this morning. I think she's going to have him overnight, so I can do that. I just like this picture in the moment because it's drinking coffee, which I like to do in the morning. I think I've had about 3 this morning. I've still not been going bed early enough. My brain's on just autopilot at the minute, but I need to. I like these little pictures here that I'm going to cut out, because one says, I'm a luck magnet. Good luck follows me wherever I go. They're the sort of things you should be writing and having around you as little affirmations that you see, you know, like I said, on your vision board. Or you could cut pictures out like this and have them in a little tiny picture frame at work. Have words around you. And I just love this picture. with this lady smiling with a big flower, but I might use that flower in an art journal. Anything pretty, just anything that catches your eye, but obviously that's not what I've been painting. So I've had some paints and stuff. This is, I'm going to put some quotes on here. And this is one I did the other day. It's not brilliant, and this was with acrylics. I'm not really good at stuff like that, but obviously I want to practice and get better. But that was just the other day. I had a bit of a brain dump, and it says, my thoughts in pictures. She let it go like leaves in the wind. Let it go, let it go. And then this one I did the other day is more, I think this is a watercolour one. I think I quite like watercolours. They're a bit easier to blend. I've got to get good with the acrylics, but it's all in practicing and doing. This one says, she could feel a stillness, as I was saying the other day, it felt quite still, in the air, leaves turning, because it's turning into autumn, it's very autumny, and birds have flown away, because that's what I was thinking about the other day. And then that was out of the magazine, keep your quotes. I need to fill up with a lot of quotes that I've been seeing lately. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And then there was a little feather in the garden the other day, a little mini one, so I stuck that in. So I just thought it was cute. Yeah, so that's how I'm going to fill that in. I'm sort of plastering my little... I've just been sitting down at night with a sketch pad, the cheap one I got the other day for £1, and... Can't shut this now. And I've just been drawing on the side and ripping it out and sticking it in. So I did this one the other day. The paintwork's not very good on it, but it was just a little witch. See, I've just been dabbing all paint around it. A little witch, but I'll cut her out and stick her in. And then I've just been thinking recently, so you might have seen the crows. When I was going on about birds the other day, I've got a thing about, because I had the little blackbird called Donald, who, I don't know, I just call him Donald after my granddad. And he was getting a bit cheeky, and I hope he comes back next spring or whenever they come back. But saying it was a bit eerie, but the only one bird I've noticed that has been hanging around, and the other day when I walked outside, because I've been thinking about spirit animal things and stuff, it went outside dead loud, and I looked up, it just seems to be about a lot. From when it was arguing in the garden months ago, was a massive crow, raven. And then the other day I went out the back and it flew over again. It was like, and I thought, just keep seeing this raven everywhere. And I do really think mine's a bird. And I do think it's a crow family raven, magpie sort of thing. But I'd say raven. I thought, oh, I've seen some people, you know, on the witchy path, and they're all like, oh, mine's like an owl. I thought I'd love it to be an owl, because owls are very beautiful looking. But then again, so are ravens, and that side of the family, when you actually look at, to me, a raven's more mysterious, because it's black and mysterious, and some people might see it as evil, but it's not. They're beautiful as well. So I just feel more for the raven, I think. So that's why I've been drawing ravens, but prettying them up, because if I was living in a little... My familiar or spirit animal was a raven, and we were in a bit of a fantasy thing, it would have, if it could speak, it would have little, maybe flowers around its neck. It's got a little heart on its head there. It'd be pretty, but I think it'd be a girl as well. Even if it was a boy, it'd have flowers around the neck, but that's probably why you're going to see ravens a lot. So, there's my little raven. I'm not fabulous at drawing, but, you know, I'm trying to get back into it. You do lose it if you know, certain things you do, you can lose it. If you're not sort of practicing all the time. So I'm trying to draw like daily, even if it's just a little scribble before I go to bed or in the morning. You have got time to do a little bit of scribble. You could paint it the next day. It's a bit like calming your mind down just doing it. But I've just got to get used to using paints and stuff, because that's what I'm not used to doing, blending and stuff like that. But this one, and then, remember this diary? I sort of use it and don't use it, because to me, like I say, I like pretty things. And these pictures are quite oldie worldy, sort of remind me of that, the old tarot sort of drawings things. But I do love these, but it's not like pretty. They're like, I don't know. But then I did see something on Instagram some other day where someone had one of these. Well, it wasn't this, but they were using one of the diaries to use as an art journal. Obviously, they wrote in it, but they were actually painting on it. So I thought, oh yeah, maybe I could do that. So where's the picture? So got to go over and outline it properly, but I did this. Now that to me looks more prettier. I've got a bit of lavender there because I've got lavender in the garden. Teacup because I love my tea and coffee, but I also have a big teapot in my garden. I want it bright, I want it green. Flower pot that you put flowers in. And there's the raven again with the little flowers. But I think that'd be quite a nice thing to do on the pages. Sometimes if I've not written anything down or I'm not sort of using it, I don't know, until some festivals come up or something, I can just draw in it. It's just another thing to draw on, really. Of how I'm feeling that week or things I've been thinking about. I could just write it in pictures, not in words, if you know what I mean. If you want to get into drawing, if you think, oh, I'd love to be able to draw or blah, blah, just doodle something every day, even if it's a little picture. That's why I said my little books that I'm going to be making that big, the journals, notebooks. If you think, like, obviously a piece of paper this big, you know, I haven't filled all that in, but you're thinking, oh my God, what do I put on that? Start off small, maybe just do little doodles. Even if, like, so go and get it. You know, this size, even if you're at work, sorry, I've took all my pages out, but like this size, even if you're at work and you're on your dinner break and you're a bit bored because you're just like, sometimes you're on your own on your dinner break, depending on where you work, you could just, while you're having a sandwich or whatever, you could just doodle a picture. I love drawing faces. I've always loved drawing faces and eyes. I used to do at school. So whatever it is you love, it might be just flowers, because I want to learn how to start painting in watercolour flowers, herbs and stuff. Just it doesn't matter if, like, you're scared of someone seeing it because you think it's not that good. If you keep practicing and maybe watching things on YouTube, you'll learn and you'll get better. But it's just for you. It gives you a bit of joy, and it's a bit like I said, it's instead of words, if you don't know what to write, or I don't know, you don't like your handwriting, put it out in a picture. Just get drawing, get creative, and it's like your little mini little art journal. Like I said, I will be making some of these, I don't know when, but they will be coming out, journaling. You can use them for what you want, mini drawings, mini journaling, but you can express yourself that way. If something's been really bugging you, like I said, you don't want to, you've talked about it a bit and you don't want to keep going on about it, but it's still bugging you, brain dump it in a picture, in a journal, and then just let it go, because it'll sort of be out. You can do it that way with words or with pictures. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you, because I've just been really enjoying it, even if there's something I'm sort of watching, but I've just sort of got it on in the background, just for a bit of noise really. But because I was thinking the other day, like, I was talking to someone and they were like, oh yeah, I know it's been bank holiday, it's bank holiday Monday yesterday, and people are always like, oh, I'm going to pub, or I'm having a drink tonight, no, because we're not at work tomorrow. I just think, must be just me. Fair enough, have a drink, but I don't always see the point of what all this, I've got to have a drink to relax. It's not that relaxing to me, especially if you drink a load and you feel like crap in the morning. Relaxing to me is like painting. I did find the watercolours, I did find really relaxing. I just have a cheap watercolour set, so if I get into it, I'll probably treat myself to a good one for Christmas to myself. I'll just show it you. It was just this, I think it was off eBay. And these water pens are brilliant. I've just started using it because I did get it ages ago, but you put the water in there, you squeeze it out, and obviously you just, there's no pot. I mean, you can have a little pot to obviously wash it out in, you'll need, but you just dab it and then paints. These are really good for kids as well, because they're not that messy. But the good thing about these are, you can get watercolours or acrylics or whatever in little tins, or you can get really tiny ones, you know, like that big with little colours in. Then you can get your water pen. And then if you had a mini book, if you went on holiday or something and you've got a little bag, they'll fit in your bag, they won't be too heavy. If you wanted to start painting, like if you go hiking or something like that and you wanted to paint the flowers that you see, I want to start doing stuff like that. I just think it's nice to record stuff, and even better sometimes by not always taking a photograph, but by maybe trying to draw it or paint it, or take the photograph, put it in your journal. That'd be a good idea as well. I need to get my printer set up actually, because I've had no ink for it for ages, trying to afford the ink for it, but then again, apparently when he goes to nursery they have little pictures and things and you can print it off or email it, but I'll have to get it because I want to take some pictures of Finn. I've not took any, like, mind you don't have to have a printed, do you? You can, I had that free picture thing that you send off to get little pictures, but I ended up doing loads. It ended up cheaper me doing it on my own printer, but you could take a picture of the flower that you saw on a walk or a day out, wherever it was, stick it in your journal. This is another way, write about it, the day and that flower, and then you could paint it underneath and you could practice that way, if you get what I mean. Yeah, and you could just start off like that, sketching. But yeah, to me, like, having a drink, yeah, it's all right sometimes, but it's not the be all and end all of everyone like, oh, it's bank holiday, we must go and get leathered or have a drink to relax. Oh, I'm being creative, and I was just sat at night, you know, sketching and painting. I found it quite relaxing. Mind you could do it in a beer garden. If you went on a country walk and went to a beer garden, you could take your little painting with you somewhere quiet with a bit of a pint or whatever it is. But I don't know, it was just someone I was talking to and saying that, and I thought, God, everything revolves around drink, doesn't it? Like, I don't mean that in a nasty way, I just mean, oh, it just doesn't bother me. Because I know some people are that's how they are. They'll have a drink to chill out, but mine's like, I'd rather sort of be inspired to do something, actually, because you drink anytime, you know what I mean? You don't have to have a bank holiday to drink, but then again, that's just me, because it doesn't bother me. So pick up a pencil. I haven't got expensive things. It's just, I had this for ages, and I've got a pen for outlining, that bloody laundry one. I probably need to see if I can get anything off eBay. I'll go to the craft shop and see if there's any sales on for outlining, but I've dried up because I've been drawing on paint. This wasn't very good anyway. But I'll probably start trying to get into different medias, because mixed media, I like mixed media pictures, and you can draw the faces over the top, stuff like that. So yes, I will be plastering my artwork on my Instagram, just because, you know, hopefully I'll see an improvement. But yeah, don't be thinking you can't. You were never a good artist at school, or you never were good at drawing. I was okay at art. I didn't do very well in it because my mum, who likes to tidy up, we had to have, I've said this before, we had to have something like, say it was 8 pieces of work up on your wall for art, and you had to have 8 pieces. So I only had 5, or yeah, about 5, because my mum threw them in the bin. I had some pictures that one went missing. I think someone thought they were good, and I don't know what they did. I had this piece of silk material that you had to do silk painting on. It was seahorses and waves. My mum went in my bedroom and went, oh, I'll chuck that thing out. Didn't think you wanted to do it. I went, that was for my art exam. Cheers, Mum. Still haven't learned. And that was all them years ago. So, yeah. But then again, it isn't what you get at school in an art grade, because there's so many things you can do in art now. There's no wrong or right way. It's just you do what you feel right. And sometimes mistakes come out quite well. Sometimes the way you're told to do something at school, you learn later on that there's different ways of doing it, as long as it comes out the way you wanted it to. But you can practice. I mean, I sort of have an artistic flair, because I think it was Kelly who said yesterday on Facebook, oh my God, is there anything you can't do? I've just always been creatively minded like that. It doesn't mean that you have to be fantastic at something, but I just like doing stuff. It makes me happy. But my granddad was good at drawing. My mum was good at drawing. My dad's quite arty, and he paints pictures in wax. My sister is, yeah, so sort of got it in the veins. But my mum, I always say to my mum, you should start sketching or something, no, because I said, because she's always cleaning and stuff. I know that if she didn't do it, she wouldn't have anything to do. But, and I don't mean it in like, because she's an old woman, but you know, like when you get a bit older and you start taking up painting and stuff, because maybe when you're retired, because you've got time to do other things and learn about other things, but I'm trying to do it in the time that I'm not watching Coronation Street, things like that, because I don't watch it. I'd rather inspire myself to learn something. Not there's nothing wrong with that. And she said, oh, I won't be able to draw now, but that's because she's not done it for a long time. But I guess if she started doing it again, I think she would. She might enjoy it. But my mum, for chucking things out, she had this book of drawings. I'm going to have to, because she's still got it. I don't think she has. I'm sure she threw it out, of drawings from when she was at school. And they were brilliant. And I used to love flicking through them. And all it was a folder, and they were loose. but you can flick through them. I'm going to have to ask her, but I've got a feeling she chucked it out. It's like, oh, why did you do that? It'd be really good and interesting to look back at them now. It would have been now if I had them now to go, oh, look at this, but that's my mum for you. Likes to chuck things out. So, yeah, I'm going to go and get my dinner now. Hope that made sense. And, yeah, I'll be on the prowl for some darker witchy clothing. I've just found, I think my thing is, I like boho-y. I like these earrings boho-y stuff. I like witchy stuff. It's like witchy boho. But I'd like to go a bit darker in winter, because it is a bit darker in winter. But I'd like some winey colours. So I'll have to keep my eyes out on the charity shop and things like that. And stuff, thick tights for winter. But yes, I'm seeing some bits on images that I'm seeing, and they're quite... I'd love to wear a hat, but I wouldn't know what... I do love hats, and I've got a few hats. I think I've got a wine-coloured one, but it's more like a beret one. I could do with a winter hat this year, but I just don't know. Now my hair's grown a bit. I don't know what style. I do like them little brimmed ones. Not the big floppy ones, but there was... I can't remember what they're called. I did have my eye on one on eBay a bit ago, but might have to look into that nearer the time. But I'm definitely going to treat myself for Christmas, or I might get my dad or someone, because he's into painting. Some watercolours, some... Maybe I don't even know if that's a good make anyway, but a tin with a few more colours in, and maybe a smaller tin that way, a bit longer, but yeah, I don't know, maybe some water paints. I've got like these pastely things as well that you can touch with water on. That they, when you put them on your paper, they don't know what they are. They turn not very good at me, not up on my art stuff. You can put water on them and they blend. So I might have a go at them as well. They're in the other room. Oh, by the way, we had this for tea last night because I just couldn't be bothered from Morrison's. And it was only £2. And there was that much chicken in it. I had to, because you get like 4 bags of chicken or something in different ones, 3 bags. I put 1 bag of chicken bits in the freezer because it was just too much. We just had it with chips and beans last night. But I thought, wouldn't this be good for if you covered it for like stashing crafty bits? Or I was thinking, if I covered it, I could use it as a container for like putting like maybe beauty things in, like bath bombs and smellies and stuff like that, you know, with stuff in the bottom as a gift, like for my niece or something. So it's like a bucket full of beauty things, if you know what I mean. Because you get the little lid on it anyway. Because you could cellophane it up in a big cellophane thing, but if you actually covered this up so you couldn't see this, because if it was dark you wouldn't see it on the inside, you could do that with it, couldn't you? I'm thinking. I don't know. Or you could, if you had a few, put some hole, decorate it, put some holes in with some string or whatever, and it could be a Halloween treat bucket for when you go trick-or-treating, or to put your treats in. I don't know, but I think it might come in handy. Mum would be like, oh, you're always collecting rubbish. I went, yeah, but you don't know if it'll ever come in handy. So, I don't know. I hope you're inspired to get painting. You don't have to be brilliant. You just have to keep doing it. Keep doing it. Honest to God, I was watching a guy, picture a day, drawing a day. He got better and better as an illustrator now, and he wasn't before. He's fabulous at doing it. So don't say you can't draw. Put pencil to paper and do a little scribble every day. See you later. Bye.